Welcome everyone. I think we're live. Hi, Reign of Jafar is here and very much soon to be upon us. It's not very much upon us, but soon it surely will be. And in today's live stream, this is live, it's not a video, but you can treat it like a video. We're going to be basically spending a ton of time today looking at different decks, rating different cards, all sorts of things really, all to do with Reign of Jafar, but particularly looking at the new cards and trying to evaluate what cards are good, but moreover like what decks are good. Start building some decks. We have every card in the set available now. So it's pretty much going to be a deck building stream, looking through most of the different ink color combinations and start sort of piecing together what we think the best setups will be. Obviously, I love to build decks, something I think I'm reasonably strong at, and having chat to help me as well. It just seems like a really good way to get both myself and my content ready for the upcoming set, but also you guys can come along on that journey with me as well. So great to see many people here. I'm sure give the YouTube stream a like if you do enjoy it. Thanks very much to the stream sponsor Card Market. Great place to buy singles in Europe. And already we've got Amira and Sin in the chat saying Sin reckons that green, blue, also known as Emerald-Sapphire, could be really good. It's definitely an interesting one. We've got every single card now out from the set for Reign of Jafar. We'll probably do some tier lists like a little bit later on, but we're not going to start off with that. Let's just like start by just chilling and kind of reminding ourselves really of what the different things that are coming with Reign of Jafar are. So I'm going to search by... Start by looking at some Ruby cards. Let's just start by looking at like some Ruby cards. We're going to look through basically all the cards again and remind ourselves. But here are all of... Maybe I could do it actually. That's a bit better. That is a bit better. We get a bigger screen if we're not deck building. So here are the new Ruby cards in Reign of Jafar. You've got some racers. Like I'm not too impressed really by... Most of the Amber Ruby cards as a new Vanilla P is okay. Like, Ruby's not got anything which immediately for me jumps to mind. Let's just have a little skim through and a kind of summary of the set, because it's been a long while, really, since... not even that it's been a long while since the cards have been revealed. It's just been a whirlwind, hasn't it, really? You've got, like, some Wreck-It Ralph cards. I'm not really too into the Ruby Amber. Amethyst Rubies going down the vibe of, like, some self-wound stuff, so we can maybe take a little look at those. This Minnie Mouse is definitely interesting with a lot of stats. Emerald Ruby's continuing to get some support for self-damage, but I'm not sure it's enough. But I think that Emerald Ruby got a lot of support this set. There's quite a few like big sing together cards which are interesting, and there's also this big action. Mushu got a couple of new cards. It's like a pretty mid Mushu card, but it becomes a really good shift target for a very powerful one. I like this Mulan quite a bit. Ruby Steel is definitely a deck which is catching my eye coming into this set. This new Lilo card's really good, I think, with Robin Hood Sharpshooter, the Undermine I like the look of. Overall, like, Ruby doesn't seem to have like a single standout card necessarily, I would say, but it's got like some interesting dual link cards. Maybe like this Lilo. I mean, this Lilo is probably the standout card for me. I'm not necessarily sure it is that much of a standout. Maybe just for me personally it is, because it synergizes with Robin Hood Sharpshooter, which is a card that I really, really like. But let's see what people in the chat are saying. Hope everyone's good. Let me actually make my chat bigger my end so I can see all of your wonderful names. Great to see everybody. Again, if you're enjoying the YouTube stream, give it a like. If you want to see more live streams like this before the set comes out, let me know. But the plan is for me really to just have a bunch of decks built, so when the release day comes, I can just slot them into sleeves and we're good to go. We need a new Madrigal's deck. That's true. Madrigal's got some cool... I think Ruby Steel is definitely one we'll build today. Emerald Amethyst Tempo is looking nice, says Illumini King. I don't know how to read, apparently. So, yeah, Sapphire Steel Aggro. The Arthur's definitely very interesting. So Ruby got like, I don't know, I'm not that blown away by most of the Ruby cards. Important context of this set is that it's the last set that we're getting this side of rotation. So even if this doesn't have the biggest impact now, this set actually might, interestingly, have a bigger impact next set, right? Because we're going to lose a significant portion of the card pool. Like when we're getting this set, it's going to be one of 8 sets, but then in the next set, when a new one comes out, this will actually just be one of 5. Is that right? 1 of 5? Yeah, it would be. So right now this is going to be 1 of 8 sets, whereas actually next set is going to be 1 of 5. We're basically losing 3 sets, right? So that's very important context to consider, right? Like the percentage of the overall card pool that this set has is lower now than it will be when the next set comes out. I'm not too convinced by the racer stuff. Let's take a look at Amethyst. Amethyst obviously has like the highest card density of good cards, like the highest density of good cards. Cards like Chernobyls. I think honestly the standout card for me that I'm quite excited for is this Monstro. At least that's what immediately comes to mind. I was on Pixelborn and an instant meme came up. I didn't see you shuffle. Lol. Let's go, Jordan. Yeah, hopefully I got the tone right with that cheating video because I'd sat on it for a while. It had been ready for like 2 weeks. Over 2 weeks actually, but I don't know, I was a bit anxious about posting it, but I think it was fine. I think I got the right kind of vibe with it. I didn't want it to be too witch hunty, whereas at the same time, it was a little bit unavoidable that it was obviously, I mean, it was about an individual that cheated, so there was always going to be a heavy focus on them, but I wanted really the narrative to be more about what you can do to avoid it happening in the future. That's what I wanted to try and go for. But yeah, Monstro is cool because it's a top end for Amethyst in Sapphire. It's like a Maui, right? It's like a Maui. Choose and discard a card. Ready this character. I do like this card a lot. It is like a Maui. It's kind of a surprise in some ways. It's not Maui Whale, right? Like the Maui Whale card is kind of terrible. I don't even know what it does. I feel like this could have been Maui Whale, but honestly, Monstro, I mean, I don't know who Monstro is, but they're infamous, mate. So I guess they deserve it too. This Mother Gothel's interesting. There's a few interesting, like, Dual Link cards. The Sultan is quite cool, honestly. You've got Pull the Lever, which looks more like of a meme to me. This card's fantastic. This card's really, really strong. This card's very, very good. It also got an enchanted, right? Put chosen exerted character into their player's inkwell face down. Exert. The fact you can sing that, oof, strong card. Very, very cool. So Blurple got some support, that's for sure. But again, like if you're just looking at like the actual impact that all of these cards, all of these normal Amethyst cards have on a normal Amethyst deck, I have to say I think it's extremely low. I think it's extraordinarily low. Like if you're just like thinking of an average Amethyst deck, let's say you play like 30 cards on average in an Amethyst deck, right? Of just like your just best cards, you know, your Chernobyls, your Brooms, your Foxes, your Snakes, your Rabbits, your Crabs, Friends, Libraries, even Castles. Like are any of these cards gonna be making it into that aren't Dual Link? I would say no. I would say no. There's but that doesn't mean that there's not any impact because Dual Link cards are also inherently potentially more powerful by design than a non-Dual Link, right? Like I think this Jafar card's very interesting. The Monstro is good for like a Blurple deck, like some of the Blurple cards. This Mother Gothel's kind of cool. But yeah, overall, Amethyst is the one that you would expect that to be the case for most. And again, I think that an important thing to consider is this set's actually more likely to have a bigger impact after rotation. Do feel like the power level of the first 4 sets was very high. Let's look at Emerald. I think Emerald got quite a lot of good stuff, actually. Emerald might be the biggest winner of the expansion. That would be my gut feeling going into it before diving a bit deeper and looking at individual decks and stuff like that. Lady and the Tramp got a lot of support. Now, I was watching Wonderland and there's also an enchantment of this. Wonderland and JD do like a bit of a tier list. I didn't get to tune in for too long because I had to record some videos, but they were analysing this card and they weren't too high up on it. I think this is one of the best cards of the set, personally. This card is, in my view, incredible, but it's interesting that 2 good players weren't that high up on it. Why do I think this card's so extraordinary? I mean, it's an inkable 1-drop that has the potential to quest for 3. Like, that is absolutely absurdly good. That is unheard of. I think this is one of the best cards of the set. In fact, I'm pretty convinced that that is the case. It's also got an enchanted card, which I think will be a really good chase card. I mean, interestingly, just discussing like the set overall, I did a legendary card tier list, and I will be posting an enchanted card tier list. The legendaries, I would say, are quite weak overall in this one. Like there's no like Tamatoa type card in this one. Don't get me wrong, like there's some nice legendaries, but then there's no like standout legendaries. But the enchanteds, damn, there's some strong enchanteds, and it's probably better that way, right? Like it kind of feels bad when you hit an enchanted, it's just like some mid card. Like most of the enchanted cards are very mid. If I like think of every enchanted that I've ever pulled, over half of them are mid. And when I say mid, I actually mean below mid, right? Like just not cards that you can actually play. But if you can hit like an enchanted that is playable, it really feels a lot more satisfying. And I think most of the enchanteds are very, very playable. But yeah, this card's extraordinarily good. There's a few reasons why. Firstly, it's a 1-cost card that's inkable in a deck which wants to play 1-cost cards. If you think about the play pattern, you want to go turn 1 1-drop, turn 2 2 1-drops, turn 3 quite possibly 3 1-drops, and you can play Tramp for basically nothing the next turn, discard a ton of cards, big Chernobog, GG. So that's one reason. The other thing is that it's a lady, which means that your Tramp card, which is very, very strong, can cost 1, and the other lady's uninkable that costs 1 and is actually quite clunky. That card can only quest for it's a 1/2 uninkable. This is basically just a way better version of that card, which still made the cut, but it felt like kind of the weakest part of the puzzle. Now this card also has an incredible stat line. If you think about it, like Anala or Little John have been seeing play in these Lady in the Tramp decks at 0/4 and quest for 1. So for this card, you lose 1 willpower and you gain all of those abilities. Like that is absolutely absurd. The other thing, 0/3 stat line is really very, very strong with Rapunzel and in particular Cricky. If you play Cricky, this card literally just quests for 3. Like think about that. And Cricky's unbelievable. And it's a shift target, and it's inkable, and it's got great stats, and it can quest for 3, and it can get strength, and it reduces the cost of your Tramp. This card, I don't understand how it could not be an S tier card. But it was interesting that some very good players are, in my opinion, massively underestimating it, and maybe I'm wrong. I'm not. But big shout out to JD and Wonderland for keeping me entertained with some awesome content. It was nice to listen to some different opinions. I'm obviously like very, very opinionated when it comes to stuff, and I'm not always right, don't get me wrong. But card evaluation is probably like my biggest strength overall, I would say. That's probably like a big reason I like tend to have some success with deck building, is because I can evaluate like a big part of a crucial part in many ways of building a deck is being able to evaluate which cards are the best, right? Like ultimately what you're trying to do when you're building a deck is you're just trying to play the 60 best cards in the game. That's basically the job of building a deck, right? So evaluating it. I'm not replacing the uninkable lady for this. I don't know. I think the uninkable lady was like one of the weakest cards in the deck. You could play both, absolutely. We'll definitely build a deck. It's a very, very good card is the bottom line. An important thing to consider with cards like this is also when you're evaluating cards is it's not just necessarily how good is the card. It's turning into one of my new phrases. Hey Rachel, one of my new favorite phrases. But how good is the card in a vacuum? It's not just about that. It's about the context. How good is this card in the deck that you would actually play it, right? And the answer is it's absolutely outstanding. It does everything you could possibly want it to do. It's a lady, which means it's a shift target for the 5-cost lady, and there's like a bit of friction between the 5-cost lady and the Chernobog. Like the 5-cost lady is outstandingly good, but it has a clash with Chernobog, and you also want to play a lot of Chernobogs. It's a 1-cost, it's got Rapunzel synergy, it's got Tramp synergy, it can quest, it's got big willpower, like it can't be removed by storm. Like what more? Here's a genuine question. What more do you want? Right? Like what could you possibly improve about this card without it being completely broken? And the answer is there's literally nothing that you could add to this card, in my opinion, without it being completely broken. Like it's already absolutely, it's just exactly what you want in every single department. Hey, great to see you, mate. Like, what more could you possibly wish for? And I don't think there's an answer. It can have 1 attack. It does. Whenever you play a character, it gets a strength. It does. It has more than 1. One more willpower. But then it would be broken, right? Because then you're just looking at Little John and Nala and you're just laughing at them. And okay, Little John and Nala aren't dual links, right? But like they couldn't really justify that from a balance point of view. Whereas like, okay, we'll knock off one little willpower and it gets all of this and it's a lady. Oh, it's so good. Might be the best card of the set, honestly. Like, and again, like, honestly, it might be the best card of the set, I think. But I might change my mind on that as we go through things. But yeah, it was really interesting to see like two people who I respect a lot and were making great content. Big shout out to them. Not necessarily seeing it the same way as me. And also all the people in the chat, actually. The people in the chat were like not too convinced by this. But for me, this might be the best card of the set. But I need to look at the set and remind myself. But it's certainly a standout. A big part of today's stream is that I really want to just like look through the set again, start discussing things and start building decks so I can sort of make sure that the videos I'm putting out over the next week or two that's, you know, going to be about the new set as informed as possible. So having these discussions is really important. Like when you're just looking at cards on your own, it can be quite easy to get things wrong. And if you guys have like disagreements about anything I say, like I really value that back and forth. Because I think also with deck building, like I actually think the process of deck building is what I still don't necessarily have is like someone to always bounce ideas back and forth of with decks. I think it's really important. I think it's like a really good thing to have is people to bounce deck discussion off of, because often you're just going to get sort of stuck and you're going to be looking at things and then just a third party opinion can really change that. But I also have that advantage of having chat to help. So this lady card's good. I mean, this tramp card I know is also very good. At least that's the talk of the town. Let's remind ourselves. During an opponent's turn, whenever one of your characters is banished, you may draw a card. It's definitely a very good card. There's no doubt about that. Is it better than Lady? I don't think so, actually. I don't think so, but that's just how good I think Lady is. This card's like outstandingly good. Like, it's important to remember with Lady, she costs 1. I honestly think this is like the perfect 1-drop. Genuinely, for me, this might be the perfect 1-drop. The holy 1-drop. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but I really like 1-drops. I think 1-drops are very good in this game. I mean, obviously they are, but I think it might be the perfect 1-drop. Here's a question. Would I rather play this or Chernobog's Broom and Diablo? And the answer is all of them. But I think this is better than all 3 of them, actually, maybe. This card's obscene. But yeah, Tramp. Would I play her in a Lantern deck? I don't know. I don't know that I would. I think the answer. I think the thing is I probably wouldn't play Lantern in an Amber Emerald deck. Probably not. I don't know. Lantern's also good. There's also more item removal we need to talk about. It's a really interesting direction for the set. It seems as though Ravensburger design team have had like a change of opinion of which ink color should have item disruption, because Emerald got 2 Bengers this set. There are 2 new Benger cards and they're both in Emeralds. And honestly, it kind of makes sense, right? Like Emerald is realistically the more disruptive ink color with like Ursula Deceiver. Steel is all about control, but like I don't know that they deserve the best item removal in the game in the form of Benger. The Shin Miri. Exactly! Let's go, Ed. I love that. I'm going to have to screenshot that one. I'm sending that straight to Shin Miri. That is getting clipped and shipped. Fine conversation. Shin Miri. By the way, Ed, I'm rooting for you in Worlds, you know. I was speaking with Benjamin the other day. I actually got to hang out with him. He was in London. And I was like, you know what? As much as, like, obviously I've got a root for the EU on paper, Ed's got to be up there as one of the people I'd most like to win. Do you know the other thing I was thinking about? Obviously, I don't know if you guys knew, I'm not casting Worlds. I might have cried about it a bit. But I would be kind of keen to get on a little prep team and try and build like a little bit of a juicer deck with someone going to Worlds. So Ed, if you'd be interested in me sharing some ideas with you off the record at any point, let me know. I'd definitely be down. Last time I helped someone prep for a Worlds event was like 2.5 years ago. It was also kind of interesting because I was hoping to be part of the broadcast team then. It was Gwent. I'd actually never casted Gwent officially at that point. I think I did my first Gwent tournament like a month afterwards. But yeah, I helped my friend Freddie prep, and he ended up getting second. It was so close to first. And oh my goodness, some of the decks we built were so bad, but I guess they worked. They were very out there. Yeah, I think Monstro is good. What do you think about Vitalisphere with Mickey? Yeah, it could work. I think the main combo with the Mickey is the Amethyst thingamajiggamabobber. But yeah, Tramp is obviously good. The question is, right, like, at what point do you want to play this? You just want to shift it on to the 2-cost Tramp. You could also, if you really have to, shift. Like, 6 is very expensive, so you kind of have to shift it on. Like, don't get me wrong, this card is outstandingly good, but I don't think it's necessarily bad, but worked. And it was a long story with the prep for Freddy. We built like one outstanding deck. Freddy was just an incredible player, but the overall prep, like, in my view, was done a bit too late. Like, at least him and another friend of mine kind of were off doing their own thing for a while, and I feel like I had to tell them some home truths about some of the lists I wasn't convinced by. We got some stuff spot on, but then there was like a bit of a nightmare situation where we ended up staying up all night on the last night of submission, and at like 4 a.m. I was like, hold on, what if we do this? What if we do this? And then we ended up building the biggest pile of a deck you've ever seen, but you very nearly won the whole thing, so it was like a singleton deck. Yeah, big shout out to Freddy. I do miss him. But yeah, Tramp's good. Cool. It's just expensive, right? Like, you're going to have to shift it. I don't think you get into 6 ink otherwise. I definitely don't think this card's as good as everyone thinks it is. But the thing is what a card like this gives the deck is it gives the deck the potential to be more mid-range and less full aggro, right? Like, Channel Dogs, as we know it, is very much go incredibly wide, win the game as quickly as possible kind of vibes. With a card like this, you've got a considerably longer or bigger staying power. Yeah. We'll definitely build this. I don't know about this Tramp. I think this card's bad. There's some cool cards for Emerald-Sapphire. Like, this doesn't seem too bad for me in Emerald-Sapphire. When you play this character, you may return chosen character to their player's hand. I don't know. It's not great. I kind of just want to build some decks, actually. Should we just build China Dogs? Let's start. Whoops. Let's start building some decks. Let's build China Dogs, since we're on the topic. So, Rapunzel. Check. Now, one thing that I was a little bit surprised about, there was a couple of things I was a bit surprised about with the winning list. I feel like it's just 4 Crickeys. I feel like Crickey as a card is very underrated. Like, this card is absolutely, I know it's obviously not underrated, but forget about, you only want to play 3. Why do you need 4? Because look at it. It quests for 3. That's a lot. And it's a 3/4. Like, this could easily be like a 3/3 or like a 2/4, but it's not. And it gives everything +3. I just feel like it's a 4 of, to be honest. Now, the other thing is that I wonder about with this deck is, like, I really like the idea of playing, for example, I don't know that it's necessarily Doc. I just like the concept of some way of getting Cricky a turn sooner. You can't brick on Cricky. It quests for 3. And it's a 3/4. Like, even if you just give one character +3, it's still not bad. I don't know. In this deck in particular, I think it's a 4 of. People just like to play 3 because it's like, well, why do I need 4 Crickeys? It's like, well, because it quests for 3 and you can ink it. Like, why not play it? The thing with Crickeys, you just really need it when you need it, right? It's got to be a 4 off to me. It's very, very overstated card in my opinion. It's quite overtuned. It's interesting it's a set 4 card actually getting rotated out. So maybe this is the set of Churner Dogs. Isn't there like some kind of like new Ursula type card? Or am I imagining things? Cricky can't brick. I disagree. Like if Cricky's bricking, you're already losing. Who cares? So you still want Daisy. You definitely want the new lady. That much is clear. You're gonna have a ton of 1-drops. The real thing with this deck is like how much aggro is too much. I don't know the answer to that. And you're still going to want to play... Oh, I know why I was thinking there was a new Ursula. I think you want 4 Go-Go's as well, particularly with like the new card draw chap. You're going to want 4 of these tramps. I know why I was thinking there's a new Ursula. And it's because... Nothing here is really catching my eye. I mean, you can probably just search character only, basically, to just kind of move away from things a little. Because of this card. This card is kind of making... I knew there was like something about Ursula 2 that I liked more, and it's because you can play... Instead of like a really slow Ursula 2 on turn 2, like that is just a game-losingly slow play for a deck like this. But now, you can just play this on 3 and play an Ursula 2 for huge tempo. 2 Go-Go is plenty. I totally disagree with that logic. Why not play 4? Yeah, Ludwig's Emerald-Sapphire, right? But no, it was this I was thinking of. I knew there was something about Ursula 2. Because when I played this deck, like right at the start of the set, I was like, oh, Ursula 2, I mean, it's good, but it's so slow. Do I have to play it? Whereas now, you can play an Ursula... Like, imagine this lady just says Ursula 2, but it's just 2 bodies. And obviously, it's more flexible than that. Like, this card just reads to me, say, play Ursula 2, while without losing tempo, and actually turn it into a really good tempo play. It's so good. This card's absurdly strong. It's got to be a 4 of. And it's a lady. Crazy. Yeah, the thing with Go-Go, the reason you just want 4 is because you just want to top deck it at the right moment, right? That's it. You just ink it. I think it's the same logic for me with Cricky. When I build decks, what you'll notice I'm doing is I just like to put the best cards in the deck first and then everything else afterwards. I'm just like, yep, all of these are great. Ursula on 2, you lose game on the spot. Yep. But now, you can Ursula on 3 if you have to, and you're gaining tempo. 2 bodies. Jeez. This card's kind of a funny way to try and get Cricky down early, but it doesn't really work. Because you have to not ink for a turn. A card I really like in Emerald, maybe my favorite card of the set overall, not strongest, favorite. It's not going to be played in this deck, but it's one that I want to build around probably next, is this chap. Where are they? Where are that? Chip. I really like this card. I think this card's outstanding. When you play this character, chosen opponent chooses and discards a card. Oh, it's so good. You might be saying, mate, it's not that good. It's not that good, but it is. It's just another card which says discard. The important thing about this is it's an Emerald card. So in Amber and Emerald, there's like the Daisy Duck, which is very similar to this. It's just a 2/3. I've always loved that card. But the thing is in Amber, you've already got more discard options. Like you've got You Have Forgotten Me. Whereas now, you've got Chip as an option in every Emerald deck. So if you're playing Emerald Ruby, suddenly you've got an extra discard card. I really like it. On the draw turn for 3+1 Hey Hey is reasonable. How does Hey Hey working? Let me remind myself. Because it comes in exerted still, right? When you play this character, if an opponent has more cards in their inkwell than you do, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exerted. So on turn 4... No, yeah, of course. You can just play it on 4. It's basically a 4-drop. Yeah. But if it's a turn 4 play, that's it. Because if you're playing it on turn 4, it doesn't let you get Cricky down a turn sooner. Right? And I think that's actually the ramp impact in this deck, to me, is getting that Cricky a turn earlier when going second. Forgot about Honey Lemon. I love Honey Lemon. When Honey Lemon got revealed, I was like, this is going to see play. It never did. And it's interesting because I always wanted to play it, but every time she was like my 64th kind of card and I had to cut her. A big thing about Honey Lemon is that she has no stats. But yeah, it is a very good point. I have to say, Kevin, you make a very good point, because I thought Honey Lemon was going to be good. I really, really did. I was quite excited about this card. But a 3/2 stat line for Emerald is actually really good on a discard. It's actually exactly what you want. Like if you think about like a common Emerald play pattern for a discard deck, let's say on like turn 1, it's Merfolk. On turn 2, I don't know, you might play Flynn Rider, let's say. Maybe not necessarily, but let's just say you do. And then turn 3, you play Prince John. Like I remember like one of the biggest weaknesses of that play pattern is Flynn Rider would literally just gain 1,000,000 lore against me. Yeah, Honey Lemon can't sing 4s, that's true. You can bounce Honey Lemon back with the Muses, but I think a big part of it is that often your play pattern in these Emerald and Emerald discard decks is like quite low to the floor, so actually then being able to drop like a 3/2 guy, even if you don't have any songs necessarily to sing with them, but that is also true. Being able to sing like Storm or Strength, for example, and just having some stats. It is important to note, though, 3/2 means he also can't be bounced back by the Muses, which isn't irrelevant, but yeah. Alright, let's just look at the other new set cards for now for this deck. Is there anything else which is like a must? I mean, I'm sure this Tramp's going to be in the deck still. How about this Tramp? When you play this character, nope, that's not going to make it. What does this chap do? When you play this character, if you have three or more other characters and play, gain 2 lore. That's a very interesting one, right? Again, a big question with this deck really is like, how aggro do you go? I don't actually know the answer to that. I would wager the deck is probably going to want to be very aggro still, but now, okay, this is a cool one. I don't think it's going to be, but I do like this card. It's Lantern, right? On a body. It's Doc. This card is Doc, but I like this card. I gotta say, I don't know that it's that good, but I do like it. You can play Blurple with Lantern and Huey now, and you've actually got, you know, a lot of consistent. When I say Blurple, I mean Amber, Amethyst. Basically Blurple, right? Is this a Candio deck I've just spotted in the wild? No! I've been baited. Huey Pluto. Oh. I found a Decandio deck in the wild, but it's not loading. This card's kind of not terrible. If you want to go full aggro mode, I don't hate it. Could you even go Pluto into Pleakley, get Huey down? Maybe not. This card's kind of good though, Jock. I don't dislike it at all. It's kind of similar to a Go-Go. I don't think Goofy's great. I don't like Raya. This card's not terrible. Here's one of the new Bengers. Fred Major Science Enthusiast. Look, it's Benger in Emerald. So I feel like this might be like, I think this might be the most interesting card alongside Archimedes in the set, not because of the actual ability, but just because of the direction shift, particularly because there's 2 of them. That to me really signifies like the Lorcana game design team are trying to say, hey guys, you know, Steel used to be the Benger Inc. Not anymore. And honestly, to me, it makes sense. Like if I was trying to build like a mid-range Amethyst deck, because it was always Amethyst, a big reason I would always gravitate towards Steel was Benger. I really always loved Benger in certain metagames, particularly like Fishbone Quill metagame, right? Loved Benger. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item, and during your turn, whenever an item is banished, you may draw a card, then choose and discard a card. So you've got like Fred and Archimedes doing similar things. Archimedes has 1 willpower less, but has this extra upside, which is probably Archimedes is better, right? They're both very good cards. They're both very good cards. In the right metagame, anyway. 0-4 Bodyguard's not terrible. It's inkable. March Hare, when you play this character, deal 2 damage, choosing damage character, not quite. Whenever this character quests, nope. This is a really interesting card, not for this deck necessarily, but there's a really cool combo you can do with Louis the Endearing Alligator in Emerald-Sapphire. Because, and I don't take credit for this, I saw someone mention it on Twitter. Dreamborn, stop misbehaving, please, guys. We're trying to have a stream here, mate. Thank you, Dreamborn. Because there's a new Dual Link card. You guys know me, I love me some Emerald-Sapphire, and honestly the way that Emerald-Sapphire currently is played is just a bit short. It's got too much of a weak matchup into Pete in particular. Pete decks are just too much of a pain, and you've got already like issues of inconsistency, like if you miss ramp and yada yada yada. But you can do a cool combo with Louis where you play the Jeweled Collar. Whenever one of your characters is challenged, you may put the top card of your deck into your Inkwell face down and exerted. You play that on 2. And then on 3, you play Louis. It enters play exerted, and it gives something reckless. It's pretty cool. Forces them to challenge, and you've got an exerted card, right? So you don't need to have played a 1-drop. Because, like, a problem, if you just evaluate this card on its own, it's like, okay, you play this, but what's exerted? And then you don't ramp, and they just won't challenge. Well, okay, now you have something exerted, and they have to challenge. However, it is worth considering that reckless is very easy to bypass if they sing. So it's probably, even though it's a cool combo, I feel like in practice it might be a bit rubbish because, like, you know, you've only got 4 of these and you've only got 4 of these, and it can still be played around. Maybe. But I don't know. It's pretty cool. I'll tell you that much. I do like it. So, is there anything else that you would want to play in this deck? I don't think. When you have 3 more puppy characters, nope. If you have a character named Don Carnage, nope. I don't think this card's terrible, but it's more of a card for a different deck, like the discard deck. Don't think there's anything else that is going to slot in here from the new set, but like I think the item removal cards in the right meta could be good. You reckon card's absolutely rubbish? Yeah, it's not great. This might be me trying to say this card is good. Might be because I'm trying to be a bit more positive about some of the cards in my videos. But I wouldn't say it's absolutely rubbish, but it's probably not good enough, right? So therefore you could argue it's absolutely rubbish. Like the Amber Emerald lists are very tight. The discard ones, because you need a lot of songs, you need a lot of discard, you need a curve. But the reason I quite like the card, I guess, like, I would like the card more if it was whenever you play this character and whenever it quests. Then it would be insane, right? But you play it and it doesn't do anything, and then it's kind of bad. But if you quest with it, you give something reckless and -2. It's kind of not terrible in my opinion. It's probably not quite good enough. I actually really don't hate the card. Being positive is absolutely rubbish. That I can definitely agree on. I honestly don't hate this card at all. I think it's actually pretty good. I don't think it's good enough though. But I honestly like the card. It's like it does a lot, right? It's a flexible card. The thing is, you have to quest with it for its ability to go through, and it doesn't do anything until the turn after, and it's uninkable. I think it's a pretty cool card, though. I really don't think it's bad. but it's probably not good enough. It's definitely not good enough for the Chernodog deck. But maybe in like an Under the Sea deck, right? The -2 is relevant with the Muses. Reckless could be relevant. And like you're controlling the board while questing. And often like the Amber Emerald decks can have like a little bit of a questing problem where like you just can't quest and control the board at the same time. And this maybe achieves both. It just does like everything it does is kind of like accelerating the game plan of like the Emerald Amber discard deck that you want, right? It can lower strength, it can stop something questing, and it can quest. And it's until the start of your next turn as well. So, right, -2 on something, give it Reckless, and it's like not going to be the way. I kind of like the card, I gotta say. I really don't hate it. But let's look at what else we'd put in the Chernodog set. We've got Daisy, Lady. We're going to want a ton more 1-drops, right? This deck wants to go mega wide. Have we got Rapunzel already? We do. We're going to want the 5-cost Lady. I don't know how many. Maybe. And we're going to want some Chernodogs, probably 3. So we're at 41 cards, 9 uninkables already, but we need a ton more 1-drops. I guess you still play Merfolk. Probably, right? That's like a question of how aggro is, how much aggro is too much aggro. Oh, we were actually only searching by characters there as well, so there might have been some cards which we passed over in Amber and Emerald that are non-characters. Yeah, there's like the Sing Together cards. Not really convinced by either of them. I don't know. They're weird. They're hard to evaluate. Only so much room. Return chosen character of 2 strength or less to their player's hand. That's not going to make it. Too slow, I think. The 5-drop Lady hasn't been played recently in Chernodog. Really? I mean, I feel like she's got to be good, especially now there's even more shift targets for her, right? Better ones. This card's terrible. Chosen characters -4. That's not very good. So yeah, it looks like it's only the characters that are particularly of interest from the new set. But if we just look at all of the cards, what are the 1-drop? I imagine you still want Merfolks. Kind of hard to go wrong with Merfolks, right? Then you have to ask the question, do you want to play Little John still? Do you want to play Nala still? And I feel like the answer is yes. Hey, Decanio, great to see you. 5-drop is significantly better now that you don't have to play 4 uninkable shift bases and 8 inkable ones. Totally agree. Totally agree. I was just saying earlier on, I think this might be my pick for best card of the set. For now, but I'll probably change my opinion about 17 times. Curse Merfolk Shin Miri line goated. Ed, I knew you were a man of class. What can I say? Yeah, so a big question though is definitely like, are you still playing Nala? Are you still playing Little John? And the other question is, are you still going to play any amount of these? I never liked this card that much. Think it's close. Yeah. I just think this is, for this other lady, is my perfect 1-drop. Like what more could I ask for in this card? An extra tag. It's like the only way I can think of how this card could be better without it being completely unfair. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised the card is this good. And I look at this card, I'm just like, if I was in charge of the design of this one, I don't know. Maybe like 4 strength. It just feels. I'm surprised on this one. Red is a 2-drop to me. It's very, very good. It is very, very good. I like it though. That's the power. That's the cool thing about dual links, right? You can kind of get away with this, and it's gonna be. I think you can get away with it. I never really liked this card that much. I don't think you want to play it as an uninkable. But I'm gonna just throw the Little John and the Nala in there for now, but whether they remain is Very meta dependent, really. There's also this card, right, which is kind of interesting with the new lady. When you play this character, you may pay 1 to give chosen character +2 strength this turn. Probably not, but it's not terrible. It's definitely not terrible. Where is the thingamajigambabobber? Nala. So that means there's 7 cards left. What 2-drops do we have? Go-Go, Tramp, Ursula. I feel like that's enough because you probably just want to play 1-drops. How many 1-drops? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 20 seems about the right amount. This new lady is 0 strength in opponent's turn. Yeah, but that's fine. This deck already played Nala and Little John, right? You can just sit, do nothing. I feel like some amount of Lilos has to be correct in this one with the Tramp. You've got to want to play at least a couple, right? If not 3, because you really want the option of that. Have you tried 0 tier of Global? Never have. No, I've never tried it. Honestly, sounds spicy. 0 to Hero is a cool card. It's like a wonky card though, but sometimes wonky can work. But I've never tried it. I feel like 3 Lilos might be the right amount. At least 2 though. In at 3, I still like the idea of trying to ramp a bit in this deck for an early Cricky. I really do. But I don't know how good Doc is, but there's also this Donald. You probably want some kits, right? For the tempo. Probably want to play kit, I guess. Hey doesn't work for what I'm looking for. Donald. I don't know about Donald, really. Not really too convinced by that one. I do like a bit of Doc. Oh, we need the big Tramp still. God, this deck's got a lot of good cards, huh? We need 4 of them, that's for sure. Yeah. I thought that was in there already. That should have been in the deck way sooner. We're already at 63. The deck's going to look something along these lines, I think it's fair to say. Like, I don't really think there's that much up for debate here in that sense. Like, this kind of deck somewhat builds itself, don't get me wrong. There's obviously things that you can tweak and do differently. I don't know about this card. It's definitely good. It's definitely. I think it's being overrated. I mean, it's very good. Do you want Baloo? I don't know. It's uninkable. Probably not. But I tell you what, you might want instead of Baloo is this thing. This new card, Jock. When you play this character, if you have 3 or more other characters in play, gain 2. It's kind of cute. The 0/5, the front is uninkable, and you don't really want to play a 2-drop on turn 2 with this deck. You want to play double 1-drop. But yeah, Jock's quite interesting. The big question really with a deck like this is like, how aggro do you actually want to go? And I think there is a line. I don't think you want to go completely and utterly, undeniably. Oh god, Earlmeister's got a 61 card deck. We have to look at it. Call it morbid curiosity, if you will. Dreamborn is misbehaving. I tried sneaking a peek at DeCandio's list earlier as well. That he'd made one and it's not working. Let's have a look. Mid-grow. It's called mid-grow. You know what that means, guys, don't you? It's going to be aggro. It's going to be called mid-grow, and there's going to be 19 1-drops. 16. Let's look at what I'll throw together, see if there's anything we don't have. He's playing the Prince. He's playing the new lady. Yeah, I mean, our lists look very similar, right? I'm definitely not going to play this card, though, I think. Yeah, I can actually see, like, to be fair, I don't hate either of these cards. The Darling Deer is pretty cool, too. I actually don't hate this. I don't like one Chernobog. I'll tell you that much. I don't like that, but the rest... And I don't like the Tramp, but the rest I like. And I don't like the Prince, really. It's very similar to what I've got. I have to say, like, I think this is a very interesting card. I quite liked it when I saw it. +2. I think this is probably better than Jock, right? I guess the question is, do you actually get to 5 ink in this deck? Or do you just want to stay at 4? I don't actually know the answer to that. The thing is like Jock is better when you have board, but if you've lost board, this is better. But if you've, I guess neither are great if you've lost board. So what do I think is better, Darling Deer or Jock? I mean, Jock is a better card, no doubt about it. This is a bit safer, but safe is not necessarily what you want, right? I do like the idea of playing one of these. I feel like 4 of this might be too... I don't know about this card, you know. I don't know. I guess that's also why Earl's playing the 3-cost tramp, in fairness. Like, something I was underestimating when evaluating it is that it's a shift target. I don't like it. I don't like Jock. If you have board, you're winning anyways. Yeah, but I don't know if that's necessarily true. Because a lot of the time with this deck, you just kind of sit. You just sit and do nothing. And if you look at I'm at 63. And I'm already a little bit full. I don't think I want to play 4 of these. I don't know, man. This card's very interesting. 0 to hero is insane in this. Turn 1 lady, turn 2 morph. Yeah, does sound cool. New trap makes B prep, but B prep's not an issue for this deck. You're not bothered about B prep. You've got this already. I mean, maybe you just don't even play this, but I think that's unlikely. So, like, this card is obviously insanely strong, the new tramp. Without doubt, it's obviously incredible, but I don't think it's quite as good as people think it is. Ed's not impressed. Or is that good? That could be that could be words are hard. Construed to mean be good. The thing is, the way Ed's phrased it is it's bad, but if he adds this card is then it's good. So I don't this might be an American trying to say something in English slang, making it is good. Because if you say it's good, and if you just say it's bad, somehow changes the complete context of that one. Don't ask me why, but it does. I don't know, mate. I think we're gonna put it in the list that I share, but I don't know. All right, we need to cut some cards. We need to trim away 3 cards. Maybe like trimming away. I don't know. I feel like the 21 drops is a good amount. I think I just want to put all of them in. I want the 2 Lilos. The 4-drop Flynn Rider. Yeah, the 4-drop Flynn's an interesting one. Not for this deck though, but let's lock this in because it's not going to be too different. He meant the. I thought you might. No the? Okay, no the. No, I thought you might. I don't know. Let's play 3. I'm keeping my 4 crickies. That's like a guiding principle for me that I want 4 crickies in this deck. No, I'm keeping 4 crickies. And that's why I like this approach of the deck building, right? Cricky is now like a card which is like, well, you could cut a cricky, but because I've really thought ahead, and the way I built the deck is like I put all the cards in that I think are the best and I want 4 copies of. That's like guiding me when I'm building the deck. It's the same thing I have with Magic Brooms and Chernobyls and Diablos, right? Like they're often the easiest cards to cut are the cards which are the best, in a way. Because it's like, well, okay, I probably don't need 4 crickies. Why not? Just play 4, mate. Card's insane. It quests for 3, guys. This card would be good if it quested for 2. And if it had less stats. But it quests for 3. That's a lot. I like cards which quest for a lot. That's how you win, guys. I don't know if you knew that, but to win Lorcana, you need to quest. Questing is good. I don't know about Lilo either. It does feel a bit wrong not to play at least a couple. Like, you just want one in your discard, right? But, you can get rid of them. People cutting Chernobyls and Brooms. Disgusting stuff, innit? Let's get rid of the Lilos, but I don't know. She seems fine. Alright, let's call this Lady and the Tramp. Oh my god, guys, I just invented this new deck, guys. If only the Ravensburger devs could have thought of this idea. Should I call it Churner Dog? I just feel like Lady and the Tramp is a better name for the deck than Churner Dog. I'm not going to lie. Lady and the Tramp. Okay, how about this? How about this? Where's the flipping quotation marks on this keyboard? I got a damn Nordic keyboard. Don't ask me why. I don't really know why, but I do. Alright, apparently there's no... Oh. That'll do. Churner Dog. Lady and the Tramp set 8. Bam. Save. Alright, guys. There's the deck. Let's actually set up some commands and be organized. Add com Churner Dog. Bam. Shift 2. No, that's an at for me. No, I found it now. Never mind. All right, let's build another deck. So, a deck I would like to build. There's two decks I really want to build for this set, which is going to be Emerald Ruby. I think Emerald Ruby might actually be back on the menu, and Emerald and Ruby Steel. Both of those decks are interesting. But let's put it to a poll. What do you guys want me to build? We're doing it on Twitch only. Sorry, guys, on YouTube. If there's more watchers on YouTube, and I feel like I'm neglecting you. So maybe just type in chat. I'm not going to do a poll because it will only be for one. Type in chat what color combo do you want me to build next while I go for a wee. I'll be back in 1 minute. If that. What deck next? I'm gonna refill my glass. I'll be 1 minute. If that. All right. I didn't even finish. All right. Eddie says Ruby Steel. Emerald-Sapphire says Ed. Oh, I don't know how much Emerald-Sapphire got. Emerald-Sapphire says Ed. Guys, if a Disney Arcana North American Continental Champion asks you to build Emerald-Sapphire, it would be rude to say no, wouldn't it? It would be rude to say no. I don't know that it got... I don't know. It definitely got some stuff. It definitely got some stuff. Okay, so a big... Here's the thing. Emerald-Sapphire is terrible against Pete. And Pete is good. So you need an Emerald-Sapphire deck which can beat Amber Steel. Is that possible? Yeah, I've not wanted to play Emerald Ruby for recent sets because it didn't get anything, but it got a lot this set, Emerald Ruby. So let's take a look at Emerald-Sapphire new stuff and just see if we actually want to build anything or not. Let's take a quick look. The jeweled collar is interesting. I am skeptical. The best card in this color combination is this, and it's not close. And yes, I play 4 copies. That's how much I like it. What if Pete is banned? Imagine. If Pete is banned, this deck is very good. I'll tell you that much. Pete's set 5 as well, right? So it won't be rotated out. Correct? Might even be set 6. No, set 5. But yeah, I feel like this deck didn't get enough still. It's a very good deck. That card's cool. Wait. This card's cool. I really like this card. It's pretty cool. Is this card good? I'm going to say no. It's not bad. Go-Go Shift is bad. Fred. Whenever you... This quest reveal cards until you reveal Floodborn. No thanks. This card's like okay. Just 7 cost is a bit too much. If it cost 6, I would be into it. I don't like Raya. I think it's bad. The more I thought about this card, the less I liked it. Did a whole video on the legendaries. You guys might have heard my opinion. If ever there was a deck for it, it might be this one. Just unconvinced. What is this? Remove up to Emerald-Sapphire turning into a shift deck, not action based. Dreamer. Absolute dreamer. This is a card though. This is a very good card potentially for this deck. Let's think about it. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may reveal a character, item, or location with cost 6 or less and play it for free. Is this card even good? Not for this deck. This card's like not completely terrible in this deck actually. Like honestly, this card's the reason I really didn't like this card when I first saw it. I really didn't. I mean, I love the art, but when I saw the ability, I was really disappointed. But it has started to grow on me a little bit. This is the kind of card which is actually good against Pete decks. Because you can stop, basically like you need to try and freeze your opponent's board. But I don't know that it's even that impressive. In at 4, Honey Lemon. Whenever you play a Floodborn character, if you shift to play them, you return chosen. I mean, maybe you would have to go down the Floodborn route, but I think the Floodborn route might be a bit but maybe. For me, like, this is the money card. I don't think the deck got enough to improve the Pete matchup for me to be too excited about it. I love the deck, but mainly because it's fun to play and difficult because everyone you play against has a better deck than you. Now, the Go-Go is bad, unfortunately. Don't like it at all. Shift 4. When you play this character, if you shift to play them, you may put chosen character into their player's inkwell face down. It's really bad. I do not like it. I don't like it. It's a cool card, but it's bad. I think. It's a cool card though. But yeah, there's not enough there for Emerald-Sapphire for me to be that excited about it. I don't really know if I would change my list. I mean, if you let's just take a look at like the list I was playing most recently for this deck. What's the Pete matchup? Pete Thingamajiggamabobber games referee, like Amber Steel. What would I change about this deck from now and the next set? And the answer is, honestly, I don't know that I would want to change anything. Which is not a great sign. There's like one card, like this Coil is like the one card I'm not that convinced by. Is there any new songs? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think the deck's going to be very good still. Pete is too much of a problem. Too much of a bad matchup. I do think the deck is still good. It's favored into most things, honestly. It's favored into Ruby Sapphire. It's favored into Amethyst decks. It's just unfavored heavily into Pete. Particularly Amber Steel. And I think if Amber Steel is still good, which I assume it will still be good, that's basically the matchup that stops Emerald-Sapphire being super competitive. But if there's a metagame where people aren't going to be playing Amber Steel, Pete's not that much of a problem in Amethyst Steel. It's a bit too slow. That deck's a bit too slow. The problem is like they hold New World you. GG. But yeah, let's build some Ruby Steel or Emerald Ruby. Let's start with the Chosen One. It's time for the return of the big man. Oh. I have a playset of this enchanted card, so I'm biased. But I think this card's cooking this set. And you know what else is cooking? This card. I'm so excited for this. I am so excited for this. Where is she? My new queen. The queen of the rubies. She was already my chase card, and they announced that there's a enchanted for her. Bam! During your turn, if you've played 3 or more actions this turn, you may play this character for free. When you play this character, ready, chosen character. Oh, so good. I mean, this deck won't take me long to build because it's going to look very similar to versions I've played before. You play Bruno, you play Prince John. I'd rather not play Diablo. I really hate playing Diablo, but maybe you do still. Sudden Chill, probably some Brawls. Probably some Pirate's Life. Obviously, you can get to 6. You would like to. Yeah, you came back is good with Robin Hood, but you also have like an uninkable issue, right? Like you do actually need to be quite careful. What are the other actions that I don't currently have that we probably want? I mean, we're at 12, 14. What are the other discard actions? There's also like Improvise is good. If only there was a filter that I could search only by actions. So you could actually play wrong. Oh, there's this new Undermine card. Yes! Look at this. Oh, yes! This is I'm excited for this card. Just for this deck. Chosen opponent chooses and discards a card. Chosen character gets +2 strength. Don't mind if I do, mate. That is a juicer. And it's Milo Thatch, who's my boy. Yeah, Hufflepuff some Striker, definitely. You have to consider them, right? But this guy, I knew there was something. Look at this. I mean, you could even play this. Look at this. You could actually consider this card, right? No, you can't. I was thinking it was the one that was discarding as well. I was thinking of Pull the Lever, right? I'm so excited for this card. Chosen opponent chooses and discards a card. So it's a sudden chill action. You can't sing it, but you also get +2 strength on something. 3 cost inkable. Agree. Definitely agree. Probably not quite there though. But that. Oh. So that's already a lot. There's also this card. As someone mentioned, you came back. I have a Enchanted. If you hit this off Robin Hood, you just go again. It's just 2 lore for free. But it is uninkable. Now, a big question mark with this deck is, do you play Diablo? I'll tell you what you definitely play. And there's also, I really like Improvise as well. But also, like as DeCandio mentioned, there's in the 2 cost slot, because obviously songs also count as actions. They're just separated. You've got Strike and you've also got Heffalumps as really good options at 2. think it's worse than. I think it's worse. I agree. I do agree. Yeah, last time I played the deck, it was kind of death by uninkables because we've already got Prince John, we've got Robin Hood. You might be playing Diablo, and I'll tell you what you're definitely playing, at least in my opinion. Curse Merfolk. You need some pace, mate, you know? So if we look at the character cards for some curve, another discard card which we didn't put in yet is Ursula 2, of course. I think you're going to want her still, most likely. Maybe not, but probably. In terms of the 1-drops, it's always been an area of weakness for this deck, but you've got Merfolk. This Moana is not completely terrible. I don't think there's any pirates you're going to play, but just as like some actual stats on the board early. Flynn Rider 2 just used to be such a disaster for this. I feel like you probably do play Diablo. The thing is that your Diablo takes removal away from Robin Hood, and you're kind of like overloading their removal. The thing is I really, and yeah, you have to play Diablo in this deck. You really do. You just don't have enough card draw not to. Surprised you played Sapphire Emerald with New Basil, or haven't. New Basil did look good. It is one of the cards I like the look of. Or do you mean, I'm assuming you don't mean the 6 cost. Do you mean the old new one? Because there's also a 6 cost one. I tested that guy too. The 6 and 7 Basils are both definitely interesting for Sapphire. Yeah, this one. No, this card is definitely one of the cards I would like to try out. I do like it. Because the thing with like after you bend a lot of the time, it's yeah. What do I spy? Oh, it does load now. Let's have a look. Spicy. I tell you what, it's spicy. I could see it. I really could. I do love my Bend to My Will, but the deck is kind of clunky, unfortunately, in the meta, just because of Pete. Thanks, Desert. I'll be alright. I'll live. I'm glad it's out in the open and I'm ready to move on. Pretty cool. Yeah, I do like the look of this card. And I mean, this is also like Bend to My Will on a body, right? If all goes to plan. It's definitely a cool concept. This was under the idea that you can shift Go-Go on Go-Go to double ramp. Go. And yeah, you hit your own thing. I can see it. This card is definitely very cool. I'm just so I'm a bit stuck in my ways with this color combo that I believe so much in Bend to My Will as a card. I just can't quite get the deck. I'm actually like, that's the thing. I really love my list for Emerald-Sapphire this set. I think it's like super good. It's just the Pete matchup is so miserable. And I would say there's like one flex slot in this whole deck, which is this Sapphire Coil basically. I mean, if there was like some better, like some other song options too, but I really just think that the list is mega tight. But I'm not, yeah. So I'm not sure that with this setup that I have that I'm quite attached to, is ever going to beat Amber Steel consistently enough. But maybe, I don't think it will. I love this card though, mate. It's such a banger. And this list is very, very smooth. We're at 11 uninkables. That's with 1/1 jump, which I think is the right amount of 1 jumps. Did some maths. I think it's worth it. Because it becomes your 9th ramp card. And I can't remember the exact maths on it, but it's like something like a 3 or 4% increase of chance of hitting ramp by adding 1. And like the 1 jump is not that bad in this deck in general because you can go Tipo and sing 1 jump. with the muses. It's like very, very good curve. I played with 2 in Stockholm, and 2 actually did feel like too many. But 1 is better than none, I think. But I digress. Yeah, I think you do play Diablo. Then here's a question. If you're playing Diablo, do you play Hidden Cove? And I think that's probably where I would say you don't. I don't know, though. Like, if you play Diablo, you surely want Hidden Cove, right? But also you want a ton of actions. Like, I think the biggest trap people fall into when they're building these Robin Hood decks is they don't play enough actions. Just play 4 Pirate's Life, right? The main reason I was put off from that is because Moyen took my Pirate's Lives for ages, and then I was watching him. I was casting him. I wasn't casting because I was on my break, but he was playing against DKP, and I suddenly see him drop a foil Pirate's Life in Italian. I was like, I wonder where he got that from. He got it from me. In fairness, I then traded like 5 packs so he could keep 4 Pirate's Lives, which was a pretty good deal for me, but I didn't get anything in the packs, so get the last laugh. But the other thing is with a deck like this is when you hit Robin Hood, like, you want options, right? You don't want it to just be, oh yeah, I brawl. Because a lot of the time brawl's going to be terrible. Or you don't want it to just be, okay, I discard, right? You actually want flexibility and options. So it's not just like you want, if you go 20 actions, you've got like an 80% hit rate. But that's like, okay, but how often do you actually have agency and choice? I think 24 is actually a really good number, and that's why I really like this card, because it's just a good addition to the deck. It's a bit jank, but discard equals card draw. And stats is nothing to really smirk at in this deck. It's something that you struggle with anyway. Suddenly turning your Ursula into like a 3/3 for a turn, and you get to discard a card is very, very, very nice. No, I'm never getting them back now. He basically bought them off me for packs. But I like Improvise with Lilo. Like, I always liked Improvise quite a bit. And that's also like, to the Candio's point about like Heffalumps and Strike a good match. Like, these kinds of cards which replace and draw and are cheap and can be sung make the Lilo better as well, right? And there's also, let's not forget, there's also the Half Shark. Like, if you can actually get to 6, this guy does exist. This is a card that you could play. And that is some serious top end. Are you just supposed to play Shark? Maybe. Let's look at the other cards. Just didn't make top 6. Unlucky. Top 8. Well, I also didn't make top 8s any set champs this time. Rip. I'm having a good stream. Thanks, Nero Eternal. I'm excited to be talking about the new set. I'm looking forward to it. Alright, let's look at all the new cards available. Fred, Basil, no, too expensive. 6. Definitely not going to play Riot. Could you play Alice? No. I'm not interested. I know, I didn't play a single set champ. I'm very sad. It's the first time that will happen. I've been so busy. And today is like a day I actually had off. Like, I actually had the whole day off. But there was no set champs near me. And to be fair, it was kind of nice to just chill. I got to watch Everton. My football team played our last game at our stadium today, which is 132 years old. So that was quite nice to watch that with my old man and then just do a nice chill stream. And then I was also going to play in a set champs next week at Comic-Con in London, but there is an Art of Lorcana panel on the same day with like Alice Bastoni, Matthew Robert Davies, and someone else. I'm sorry that I'm forgetting who else. And obviously I can't really miss out on that. I think I'm also going to be involved in some way with that one as well, which would be cool. Could you play Flynn? We forgot, mate, about the big man. Of course we're playing Chip. Hello. Yes, please. We're already like filling up. I don't like the Queen of Hearts. I mean, it's cool, but I'm very undersold by this whole like self-damage stuff. Dual Link cards. Ready damage character of yours can't quest. Cricky's kind of good. I don't hate Cricky. So Flynn is whenever this character is challenged, challenging player may choose and discard a card. I don't really like Flynn that much, honestly. No, in this deck it's uninkable. Oh, unlucky Phantom. I think it's on a real though. I think it's nice that getting second at a set champs feels like a sting now. Whereas before, yeah, Super Goof's a good shout. Super Goof's definitely a good shout. Whereas before, like getting second in the set champs still felt like a win. I think it's nice that, in a way, that the mat is that more special. I personally like it. But commiserations, of course. Like so many set champs I've played at, the final never even got played. That's kind of cringe. I'm not into that. Obviously, the Archimedes and Fred, aka Bengers, are very good. But I have to see what the meta dictates. Don't think you're going to be able to play Tinkermelt. I like the winner feeling like a winner. Me too. And the second place winner feeling like they did well, but they were so close. That's also a nice feeling, right? It motivates you to want to go back and do more. Like, honestly, the amount of set champs I played where I didn't play the final out, not by my choice, because my opponent didn't want to. I always want to play. Maybe his character? Nah, don't like it. So it looks like that's the main cards. Someone mentioned something. Yeah, Super Goof is a good card. I like Super Goof. Boop, 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 boop. And I'm kind of curious about the Half Shark. The other thing to mention about the Half Shark is this Hercules card. I also like Pegasus, by the way. I really like this card. Being able to like sing Bruno early. I like Maui, I like Cricky. Like there's a lot of really good cards which we aren't currently playing, which we might want to consider. And the big question with these decks is like, can you get to 6 and play a Half Shark? Because it would be worth it. But that's also where like the Hercules card could come in, right? You play like 1 or 2 of these and cheat out a Half Shark early. I don't know. It's probably not going to be coming in that early, right? Yeah, I agree with Rachel as well. All right, so that's 61 cards. Let's save it so we can kind of Sharp Shooter Lilo. Let's just call it Sharpshooter. Whatever. This is not the final list. Let's just like go into this screen so we can look at what the deck's looking like in terms of stats. So maybe try Mushu plus Shark. You can't play Mushu because it's oh, you mean Ruby Steel Mushu Shark? Yeah, we tried it last set. Ruby Steel is up next. I've got lots of ideas. It's actually not a Half Shark deck. It's a Mulan deck. The 7-cost Mulan I really like. I really do like. So, Pirate's Eye 4, yes. 4 Bruno, yeah. 4 Southern Chill, I'm sold on that. I'm sold on Hypnotize and Undermine. 4 Brawl, kind of meta-dependent, right? 4 Brawls might be too many, but it's kind of hard to go wrong. This, to me, looks good. I will say, like, the actions you could mess about with a bit. Things like a Heffalumps and the Strike a good match, and Improvise. Because, like, maybe we don't quite have enough cheap actions which are maximizing the potential of Lilo, right? That's possible. It's very possible. You might want a few more cheap things. Also, like, historically, this deck struggled a bit going second, and, like, Heffalumps is really good in that. Like, I definitely like Heffalumps more than I like Strike a Good Match. Heffalumps is a really good card. I have to say, I am a big fan of that card. Amber-Sapphire when? Quarter past never. I don't know, we could look at it. I plan on just kind of streaming all evening, really. Maybe do some, like, chill variety game in the evening. I don't exactly know what, but... I don't exactly know what. Now, the curve, 8 1-drops. It's not enough for me. I think we need... Do we play Cove? I don't know, mate. I don't know. The thing about Cove is it's not an action. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I can confirm that Cove is in fact not an action. Admittedly, I feel like Super Goof is a little bit worse now that Chip is a card as well. It's kind of a similar slot. This deck is a bit all over the shop at the minute. I don't like it enough. We don't have enough curve. I feel like the amount of characters is about right. But you want like some more control. And I'm not the half shark's just in there as a one-off because I'm not sure about it. As much as I like Super Goof, and honestly, like a 2/4 rush in this deck is really good. But I feel like Chip is better. I don't like You're Welcome in this deck. No. I don't like it. It's a nice shout, but I love You're Welcome in Emerald-Sapphire, but not this one. So for me, I don't think you can... I don't know that you can really quite get the shark in. Maybe you have to, though. It might just be like worth it still, right? Because then if you get the shark to stick, it's GG. You win. Like you actually have some late game. Maybe you just need the sharks. Might be fine, right? But then if you're putting the sharks in, you have to cut stuff. And if you're cutting stuff, you're probably cutting actions. And I don't think you can really cut actions. Super Goof, I think, can go. I think I'm fine with that. And this is like playable. But I'm a bit worried about the curve overall. I mean, what's interesting about the half shark is you're suddenly rewarded for playing like less 4-ofs of some of these cards and being a bit more like cute with it, right? Like rather than 4 brawls, you could play a few, like 3 or 2, because you know you're going to be discarding a lot of cards with the Robin Hood to populate for the shark as well, right? We'll definitely build blue steel. I'm a bit uneasy about... I don't like 8 1-drops. That is not enough for me. This deck needs to be quick. Also, like, what do we play on turn 2? Like, we have a serious curve issue with this deck at the minute, right? That's the problem. We have a serious curve issue. So, Hidden Cove kind of solves both of those things at once. And it's a very good card. 3 Hidden Coves. If I'm playing Hidden Cove, I play 3. I don't know. Seems fine to me. You can play it on 1. Well, not on 1, but you can play it on 2. Basically, it becomes your turn 2. Are there any, like, 2-drops as well that are good? There's also Lumiere. I also have always liked Pegasus in this deck. Just, like, for the shift. Turn everything evasive. But I don't know. It is still a weird old deck to build, I have to say. There's a new Pegasus. Oh, the racer one. Princess. I've more so liked Pegasus for the 5 cost. And I like the 1 cost too. But this shift Pegasus, so if ever there's a deck for it, it's this color combination. Because you don't have that many good 1-drops and you can play the Pegasus one. Like, I think if you didn't go Diablo route, I'd go Pegasus route. Maybe you could. Like, I really hate Diablo, mate. I just don't like playing it. It's just not for me. I'm surprised this is actually that price. Big shout out to Card Market who sponsors the stream, guys. Thanks, Card Market. If you guys want to pick up singles online in Europe. Diablo, mate. I don't know. The thing that annoys me about Diablo as well is if you don't shift it, right? If you don't shift it, then you've got Prince John and Diablo clogging up your hand, and it just gets stuck. So I would like to see what the deck looks like without Diablo. And the answer might be it looks bad. But maybe we can, you know, do without him and just build up to the half shark. Reminder, you are intending to move to Berlin? Yep, that is true. There's actually tomorrow, there is actually a summit. Bit of political talk here, but it's interesting. There is a summit between the UK and the EU about closer relationships moving forward. And part of the big rumour, because I keep my ear quite close to the ground in this department, is that there's talk of a youth mobility scheme happening. That would come at a very good time for me. I am still a youth technically, because it would be like 30 and under, which I do qualify for. Yeah, that would be a big win, because otherwise I have to try and get a visa. So we keep our fingers crossed. We certainly do. But yeah, I really like Pegasus. Because then suddenly, look, Pegasus, great card, by the way. Look at this. It's insane. And I get to play this card, which is also a really good card. And suddenly, now I get to play the new Pegasus. I'm sorry. Not really. Maybe like 3. I always believed in this package in this deck. The reason I really like it is because like you have something to sing Bruno for tempo. It's just pretty good. The 1-drop's good, and you don't have that many good 1-drop options. But I know that's the thing with this deck. It's really difficult to fit everything. I feel like you could just play Pegasus, Diablo, no Half Shark as well. Like maybe that's actually the route. Like Diablo feels a little bit unavoidable for this deck, honestly. Dormouse to curse my folk. Let's go. That's so funny. But I'm pretty sold that like you don't want to go much below 24. But you can see I'm just struggling to fit everything in here. Like I'm at 24 actions. That's kind of a bit of a non-negotiable for me. So it's like you can't... Basically the bottom line is you can't play the Pegasus and the Diablo package. Clarabelle? Nah, not for me. The problem with Clarabelle in a deck like this is that the shift targets are bad and you don't ramp. Your card draw is this guy. This is your card draw in this deck. And this can double down as card draw. But that's obviously where Diablo is like possibly a bit too good not to play because you really do need card draw. But if we remove the Pegasus package, like let's not forget, we now have curve issues, right? Okay, I have the Diablo 1 and the Diablo 3, but I have curve issues now. Like I only have 8 1-drops. I have only Ursula 2 as a 2-drop character. Like our early curve is a complete disaster. I think you have to play Diablo in this deck, to be honest. I think it's a bit silly not to. What about Ursa? Pirate Tiger? What is that? I'm just going to put curves back. I think curves are kind of fine. What if you just play 4 curves? There's also Lumiere, but I don't think Brawl's that relevant. It's Go-Go. You kind of want some stuff to sing onto as well. Like even this, I really still like this Flynn Rider as well, honestly. This card's pretty good. You can also play Baymax if you want more stats. I still like Flynn Rider though, I think. Flynn 2. I wouldn't want to play a ton. Whenever this character is challenged, you may return an action card that isn't a song from your discard to your hand. Oh, Tigger? Mate, Tigger's a cool card. I haven't enchanted it. I actually got the enchanted in Paris. Oh, not Tiger, Tigger. Yeah, this one. Whenever you play an action, it gets 1/1. It's pretty cool. Been an illusion? No, but we'll build one today, probs. But yeah, these decks are hard to build. I feel like you have to play Diablo package. It kind of just gives you stuff to do, right? On curve. But I also think you want like maybe another 2-drop that quest for 2, like maybe some Flynn Rider action. I don't know about Go-Go. You kind of just want stuff on curve. Still like this card. I don't know. Let's just end it like that. Like realistically, the deck's not going to change that much. You could play without Diablo if you so desire. It's probably better with Diablo. And it's just about trying to like find the right balance between an early curve and also like maybe this isn't utilizing Lilo enough. But like Lilo is just kind of good to just play on 5. Bam, ready Robin Hood. Cool. You also might want to try and play Half Shark in the deck so you have something to build towards. But it's like I say, I think it's important to play an abundance of actions. But maybe we're playing a few too many. You kind of need a few more Flynns, right? Like you just want a bit of a smoother curve, I think. 3 seems like a good amount. Maybe you drop a Cove, drop a Brawl. Something like that. It's just hard to fit everything, mate, no doubt. But let's move on. That's the general gist of it. We don't have to, realistically, trying to optimize a deck without playtesting is kind of pointless, right? Like you can get close as a theory, and I think that's fine. But like from this point on, it's just going to be about playtesting and trying to like find what does and doesn't work. It looks fun. How much better is this deck compared to before? And it did get a lot of new things. Lilo, Chip, and Undermine, I think, are all great cards for the deck. Ruby Steel. This is one I'm really excited for, honestly, because of this card. Which has to be a contender for best card of the set. Probably. In a deck like this, it's insanely good, right? Because it's just giving you so much card draw, which you lacked. Obviously, a big problem with this card is it's so similar to Doc. And they're kind of fighting for the same thing, but who cares? We get to play Mushus. Oh, this card's insane. This Namiri's also like, I really like the Namiri art here, like reaching for the crown. And then she has the crown. But then she's reaching for the crown in this one. And Raya's there. Is Namiri the next big bad of Lorcana, guys? Kind of looks like it could be possible. I think tomorrow, either tomorrow or Tuesday, we're going to do a Disney Lorcana lore stream. Where I am going to be joined by Garrick, who does like he did like the cool video of like the Lorcana lore from set 1 to 4. He's going to join me, and we're basically going to look through like the new set card flavor text and see if we can work out what's happening in the story and make some predictions for the future. I think we're going to do that tomorrow or Tuesday. That was the plan, at least. We haven't actually spoken about it for the last few days, but we booked it loosely. Do I promise? No. But we should be. So Desperate Plan Doc is a lot of card draw suddenly. Obviously you could still play Beast as well. So a big thing I like about this deck is the Mulans. So there's this card. Shift 5. Evasive. Whenever this character challenges another character, your other characters gain character. This character can challenge ready characters this turn. It's pretty cool. Mulan shifts feel like the vibe for this deck because there's a new Mulan, which honestly, I'm usually kind of a hater of janky uninkables. But this janky uninkable, I kind of like it. It's a 3/3. During a turn, this character gains evasive, and this character can challenge ready character. Like that. Wait, this card's good. This card's really good. This card isn't even janky. The card I didn't like from the last set, which a lot of people were like, this card's going to be great. And I was like, I don't think it's going to be good, mate, was Li Shang. If you compare them, this can also challenge ready characters, but it's a 2/3. Right? Whereas Mulan here, let me put it in the deck to compare it. It's not going to be in the deck. I never liked the look of that card either. Whereas the Mulan, if you compare these two cards, 3/3 is a lot better than a 2/3 for this ability, right? And it's evasive in your own turn. And importantly, very importantly, guys, it's Mulan. Hey, Adam, I might do some snap later. I was planning on snapping, but maybe not today. But I definitely plan to continue the challenge. Is there a chance I do some snap later? I don't know. I was watching my football team play, and it actually went on for longer than I expected because it was at our new stadium. There was all sorts of like bits and bobs happening after our old stadium. But yeah, maybe not. If I do snap, it will be in a few hours. But I think it might be a snap-free day. Everton, unfortunately. But, yeah. I'll be right back, guys. I'm just going to the loo. I like this card a lot, though. A big part of the reason I like it is because of these two. This Mulan. And this Mulan. And this Mulan. Right? Like, you've got turn 1 as a shift, and now you've got a turn 4 as a shift. Like, this card is a lot better than Li Shang. A lot better. And you've got Mushu. Like, Mulan on 4, Mushu on 5 is very, very smooth. I like it a lot. Yeah, we will. I do plan on just playing some kind of game tonight, but I don't know if it'll be Snap. I kind of want to do some weird variety, play something I haven't played for a long time. Am I planning on attending any Lorcana tournaments? Yeah, I am going to be at UK Games Expo for the Reign of Jafar release, and I'm doing the sealed event on the Friday, and then I'll be doing some side events on the Saturday for like the new set, because the main event on the Saturday is the old set, which I don't want to play. And then the weekend afterwards, I'm in Norway. I'm doing the Norway Open in Oslo. So you can, and I'll be streaming that. So that'll be fun. First time going to Norway. I'm really looking forward to it. So I like this Mulan. Probably 4 is too many. I mean, the uninkable count is already getting very, very high. That's for sure. So let's just start looking at curve. What 1-drops do you want? This Moana's pretty good. This Moana is not bad. Mickey's fine. I don't think Light the Fuse is going to make it. Let's just search by characters. I want some characters in this. Don't think I want Hook. Definitely want the Mulan. The Moana I've always liked quite a bit, and there are some pirates. I mean, we're going to play Smee. Let's just start with the obvious, right? Smee's going to be in the deck for sure. It's Mr. Smee. He's overpowered. There's the new Tink. We're going to want Pete. I quite like the Jafar as well, to be honest. Could play Flynn Sisu maybe. Because like Ruby Sapphire is probably going to be a pretty tricky one otherwise. Benja's still an option, but I doubt Benja's going to be particularly necessary. Nothing quite jumps out there. You could play some Brawls. Lumiere. I doubt you play Lumiere. With Ruby Steel, like, again, it's important when you're building a deck to like think what is this deck trying to do? Undermine? What is Undermine? Is that the yeah, against the Argo? Oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is a thing. Oh, I'm excited. This is like a perfect Duel Link card to me, mate. It's so fun. I really love Duel Link cards. I really, really, really do. Wreck-It Ralph's almost good. Let's just search by new set. Anything catches it. So there's the new Mushu, but I don't really like it that much. Chosen character gains rush this turn. It's not terrible. The reason you would play this Mushu is because this is only really... I don't think I want to play either of these. Maybe I should, because it's like the new deck. It's like the new set deck. Like, with these decks I'm building, there's like a balancing act between, okay, I want to optimize these, and okay, I want people to play these. And like maybe putting the two new Mushus in, it would be a bit foolish for me not to, but let's not put them in just yet. I don't think I like this card that much. I really don't. It's cool. This card I do like. I think it's probably good enough. When you play this character at the start of your turn, you draw a card. And at the start of the turn, this card's probably good enough, right? It's just solid. It's inkable. And it helps us deal with the uninkables. I feel like it's probably good enough. It's not outstanding. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like a Mulan, but with stats. I think it's pretty good. And a repeat, yeah, it is good, right? I think it's good. 3-drop Mushu is insane. Is it? Is it? It's insanely average. Yes. Insanely average, yes. There's some cool stuff you can do with it, but like Miss Bianca is not relevant in this deck because maybe if you're playing a whole new world, it would be, sure. There's some cool stuff you can do with it. Don't get me wrong. But yeah. You play it, you exert it, and something gets rushed, and then it goes. It gets removed. It's too low impact for me, and that's best case. I don't like it. I will be happily proved wrong. The biggest reason to play this card is because you want to shift on top of it. And it is an interesting shit. I don't like it. I don't really like it. I really don't like it at all. Okay, we shouldn't forget about this Yaga card because it's kind of one that's easy to forget is around. Mushu and Smee, both allies. And Miss Bianca is a card. With a whole new world, that does sound like a juicer build. It's not the way I'm initially envisaging the deck, though. But yeah, Robin Hood Sharpshooter is also with whole new world as well. Like, definitely a route you could go. Now there's more actions as well. It's absolutely a route that you could go. I'm kind of not envisaging this as a whole new world, though. A whole new world deck. I feel like a big advantage of the Desperate Plan card is that you could probably play this color combination without a whole new world. I feel like a whole new world is just quite janky. Often. It's just got too many bad matchups and it kind of shoehorns you in that direction. But I could definitely see it. Why have another exerted character in play? This character can't be challenged. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't know. Maybe it's not that good. Yeah, with evasives. It's definitely a card. I don't know if it's that good here. Stitch, I don't think is quite good enough. During your turn, whenever this character... Yeah, it's not bad. But you can't have... I think there's like a trap with a deck like this, which is having like too much onus on challenging. Like, you need questing power. Speaking of questing power, where's Gantu, mate? We haven't put him in yet. We need to change that. And 6 cost usually would be a bit expensive, I think, for a deck like this. So, Gantu? Yep. I love Gantu. I feel like you might still want Beast as well in this deck. That puts us to 43. We're still missing 1-drops. We could play... we're also missing like a bit of 2-drop action. I feel like you want to play more of these. 4 of each might be too many, but... How many unlinkables? We're at 11, so we're not too bad on the unlinkables, particularly because Namiri maybe enables us to play a few more. Vitalosphere. Yeah, I mean, that is an interesting thing. You've got Mickey as well. And there's this new big Mickey. Oh! Like, the 2-cost Mickey is a really cool card. Like, and there's a fun deck to be built here. I think that it's better not with Vitalosphere, though. And I think it's better with the Amethyst card. But yeah, this is a serious combo. I do agree. And you can absolutely build one with Vitalosphere and this Mickey. I don't think it's what I want to do with this initial build, but I think it's a very, very real deck to check out. I think I would rather play the Mickey, though, with Amethyst. Because you have more card draw. Goofy's good. I like Goofy. This deck. It's like decent curve. There's also like Ratigan is quite nice to exert stuff. Ratigan feels really, really good with the Super Goof. The Super Goof's not a definite, but it is a solid card. I'm not going to put it in just yet. I'll put it as a 1, so I don't forget about it. I don't think there's like any new ways we got to exert. Opposing characters. Oh, wait. This is a card. I forgot about this. I don't like Imperial Proclamation. Choose any number. It's usually a bait, to be honest. It sounds better than it actually is in practice. It's a card when I first saw it, I really liked the look of it, but I don't think it's good. Choose any number of players. They discard their hands and draw 3 cards. I mean, mate, that's not a bad card. But we've already probably got similar things. There's also this. Deal 1 damage each chosen exerted. That's kind of cool. I don't hate the look of Cricky. When you have 2 or more other exerted characters in play, this gets +2 lore. Maybe a bit clunky. This isn't actually doing what I wanted it to do, which was show me ways of exerting opposing characters. But there we are. Here you go. Here's a way. Oh! I think that's the only one I got. Ruby still typically struggles with drawing evasives. Yeah, but there's the new... We have a few ways of dealing with evasives, right? And there's new card draw. You've got Mulan as an evasive. More of you've got the new Mulan as an evasive. And yeah, there's more card draw now with Desperate Plan. Significantly more, actually. I think Happy might be good as well, to be honest, and Seven Dwarfs Mine. I don't hate the sound of that combo, because that's also like another... I also like the Jafar 3 quite a bit. I do like this card a lot. Feels like the right deck for it. Because the one drop department is quite weak, right? If you actually look at your options here, I don't know about the 3 Jafar, but like it's fine. There's worse cards. How do I search by type character? If you look at the 1-cost characters, really your extra options here are going to be Happy, Mulan, and Moana, and maybe Mickey. Don't think you want Mickey particularly. It's not terrible though. But I wouldn't really consider any of the others personally. Well, other than Beast Tragic Hero, we have Doc and the new the new Desperate Plan card. And there's also Namiri, who kind of draws and discards each turn. So there's actually like this. That's why I'm really excited about this card. It gives you a lot of card draw in a deck which didn't have many before. Happy doesn't seem bad, and some 7 Dwarfs Mines. 2-drop. Which 2-drop, Decandio? What were we talking about? Sorry. There's also Calhoun that exists. It's just like the uninkable count I'm worried about. And I think, like I say, a concern I have with this deck is that you can over... Oh, this one, maybe? So. But this deck, for me, seems like it should be good enough now. One question mark you're going to have is this going to be good enough to beat... Sapphire. Oh, the new 2-cost Dual Link guy, you mean? Coachman. The Coachman. While 2 or more of your characters are excited, this gets +2 and gains evasive. Yeah. I don't love it. It's a cool card, though. I quite like Happy. I guess Moana, the question is how many captains do you have? You don't really need a captain, though, for this card to be good. It's a 3/2. I feel like this card's pretty underrated, by the way. I do like this card. Also, I still think Flynn Rider Sisu might be fine for this deck. Really fine, actually. Really, really fine. Like, suddenly, Ruby Sapphire, no problem. Because a lot of your deck is going to be focused on on challenging, right? But then, bam, Flynn Rider Sisu. Nice. So what was the question? What was the thing I was trying to answer? What was I doing? I don't know. Oh yeah, do we have captains? I don't like the Mickey. I can tell you that much. No captain, no captain. I think Gantu's a captain, right? So it's like a tiny bit of captain synergy. That might be fine though, especially if you're playing Flynn Rider. That just sounds like a reasonable collection of options, right? You play Moana and Flynn and Sisu. Like, that just sounds reasonable. Just sounds like a good package of cards, right? I don't hate the idea of playing Happy still and 7 Dwarfs Mine either. I think it could all still work. 4 Happy is a lot of Happy anyway. 2 might be plenty. 10 1-drops. I tend to like 11. Jafar could go maybe. Maybe Goof could go. We're at 61 right now with 2 Happies. Could put a 3rd in. I like 11. 11 kind of makes me... I feel like I'm more of an 11 1-drop guy than a 10 1-drop kind of guy. Is there anything else that jumps out here that's maybe too much? I don't know about this. I don't know about this card either. Maybe I don't really know that I like the Namiri that much in this one. I think it's fine, but I don't know. I think it's probably not that worth it. It might be. 58 cards. This looks reasonable. Like, this can beat Ruby Sapphire because you've got Flynn. You can beat Diablo. You've got a bit of location power. You've got Pete. You've got questing power. I don't know. It might be worth it. It's just that I have to cut something. I think it's a good card. But you've already got like Mushu, Beast, Gantu. Like, you've kind of got a lot of 4s. I feel like you want Super Goof still. I don't know. Or maybe just like another one of these. I feel like 3 might be a good number of those. I'll put like 1 Namiri in so I don't forget that it's something I think might be good enough. How good is this card? It is a good card. I don't know that it's that good. It's like a consistency tool, and we actually don't have that many uninkables. We managed to keep it relatively low on uninkables, actually. We do have like a little bit of a weakness in like 3 cost kind of slot, but it's kind of fine. You can play like a Smee and a 1 as well, right? I'm gonna submit this one. Ruby Steel. Ruby Steel. Very imaginative name, guys. Yeah, I don't think you want Maui. You've got like this as a big control tool. You might even want 3 of these, honestly. You have a lot of removal. You have this guy. Or this lady, sorry. Disguised as a guy, I guess. Bam! But your removal is just challenging. You've also got the 7 Dwarfs Mine. You could play Strength in this deck if you so desire, right? The thing is like with a list like, I think with a lot of lists, you just want to get a shell. That's certainly what I want to do. I just want to get like an idea of what it's going to look like somewhat. And then, thanks Richard, that's also. And then the more you play, like, you're going to be tweaking on the job. But I'm just trying to get to a starting point with a lot of lists, really. I don't know that I'll do that much more look on a deck building today. We might just keep it. Important to note, Namiri draws at the start step before your normal draw. So if you're top decking, it's just cycling card. That is actually very important to know, Adam, yeah. I feel like Beast and Gantu and stuff like that are kind of overshadowing her a bit here. But I quite like this. We have like all the 1-drops I like. I think Flynn's good. Flynn kind of went out of fashion for a little bit there with words are hard. Bell and Steel Song. But I think it's good. It's a good card. 3 Gantu? Are you trying to get banned, mate? 3 Gantu. Three Gantu? I can see it. I do like this card though. I think this will see play, but yeah. I will definitely, like, when I first play it, I will play more than 1. I can't play any less than 4 Gantus though, because I'm a freak. I just love this card, mate. What a guy. It's also a captain. Captain. What else should we build? Someone said this combo earlier. Sapphire Steel. Is there anything else that really jumps out at me that I want to build around? Sapphire Steel. Let's do it. This Arthur card is really good. Really good. I really like this card. Doc. Pretty good card. So for me, the problem with this deck is the 1-drops. I mean, the 1-drops kind of suck in Ruby Steel. The 1-drops also kind of suck here still. Have I built something for the new Sapphire Steel Arthur? It's like you read my mind, Hunter. Yeah, we tried RLS Legacy. This set, I didn't like it. I don't think it's... If RLS Legacy is your best bet, it's probably better to play a different deck. I would wager. I really hate these decks that have such bad 1-drops. This is a cool card. I still can't believe he's called Dump Truck, though. That is the biggest surprise of the set for me. I do like this card, though, but maybe not in this deck. So, whatever the other 1-drop is, whatever. It's fine. Doesn't matter that much. You're going to play Smee still. No other 2-drop character really comes to mind in this deck either. But, I mean, you've got Smee, so who needs another 2-drop? You've read the new 3 cost that draws 3? Yep. We will. What's this chap do? So it's also gonna... Oh, we could also play Lawrence in the other deck, right? In the Ruby Steel deck. I don't know. It's not bad. I wonder if, like... Is this really not good enough to play in Sapphire Steel? I didn't see anyone playing it in Sapphire Steel with Popsicle, but like, isn't this good? I don't know. I feel like I would personally play this. If I was to play Sapphire Steel, I feel like I would play Popsicle and Bell. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But the one drops in this deck suck. Meanwhile, like, Bell is just staring me down. I don't know. Popsicle's a good card too. Kind of surprised people don't play it. Honestly. Actually very surprised people don't play it. Maybe like 2 storms? I don't know. Seems good to me. So I'm sat there like, the one drops in this deck kind of suck. And then it's like, Does surprise me people don't play Bell and Sapphire Steel. I didn't play any Sapphire Steel this set. Like, Popsicle's just a good card, mate. Very good card, actually. What else is there? Like, oh, Alice. I like Alice a lot. I would want 4 Alices. Pluto's okay. Not in love with Pluto. Scrooge is pretty good. Tala's okay. Kind of slow for this deck, though, right? I'm just going to search by character. Yeah, nothing massively stands out to me there. I guess I should search by new set because I kind of like know the other stuff. Arthur! What a don. I don't like the new Jasmine. Don't like the Stitch. Is this card good? This, I mean, honestly, maybe in this deck it could be good. I don't know that it is, though. I don't think Jasmine's good. I think it's a really bad card, actually. It only quests for 1. That's the big problem. If it was like a 2/4 and quested for 2, I could get behind it. But I don't like the card at all. It's very weak, actually. This card's good. Geppetto. Nope. I feel like this is probably good enough in this one. Aladdin? No, I don't think so. So what else do these decks play? Gantu! Could play some Baymax. Kind of a Baymax fan. Namiri, maybe? Yeah. Desperate Plan, maybe? I don't know. I guess. Card's going to be interesting to see how it performs. Cogs. I don't know about Cogsworth. I mean, maybe, but I guess McDuck Manor is good at 4. I quite like Scrooge as well. Put 1 in for good measure. And then I feel like you want a few more 1-drops. Maybe like a couple of happy. Could you ever play the Mines? I don't know. Sail. I don't think I want to play Ramp. I think you just go normal curve for this deck. Maybe I'm wrong though. Sail is a very good card. Could you play Sail no Tipo? Is that actually the line? You play Sail no Tipo? I could see that. I haven't really been keeping up with the Sapphire Steel decks of this set. But I could see Sail no Tipo, I guess. Could I? Maybe. I don't like Robin Hood. I do quite like the mine still, but probably not quite enough. Pluto's also quite good. Calhoun's also quite good. I can see a couple Calhouns. I don't know about Sail, to be honest. I think you're fine having a high uninkable count, really. I think you just want to play curve, right? I don't know that I like Pluto that much. It is a good pair with Atlas. Yeah, Baymax, Cogsworth is also a consideration. I don't know. Again, like with decks like this, it's more just for me trying to get like a feel of what it looks like rather than me actually being able to build an optimized list without testing. It's gonna look something like that to me. I really am surprised people don't play Bell in these decks though. I don't know. Is Pete in this already? Yeah. I'll be right back and go for a toilet break. Alright guys. I don't know, I think I might be done with some deck building for today, but that was fun. That was certainly fun. I might call it there. I'm gonna keep streaming, but just do some other stuff. I don't know what. I might just go live with some Marvel Snap for a bit, for like an hour. And then switch to something. I kind of just want to play a game for fun. You know? I'm in one of those moods. Which I don't really do that often, but that would be nice. Do I go live with Snap? I kind of want to play a tiny bit of Snap. But yeah, I'm probably going to end the YouTube stream there. Thanks everyone on YouTube for hanging out. I appreciate you very much. And thanks again to Card Market for sponsoring the stream. There will be more Lorcana content coming soon. I need to record tomorrow like quite a lot of videos about Lorcana, such as like tier lists and best cards of the set and all that sort of stuff. And this was a good way of getting into that frame of mind. So thanks everyone for your thoughts. Yeah, I can actually see that as well. They can, yeah. Yeah, I'm no Sapphire Steel expert, but no, it looks fun. I'm excited for the set. I'll definitely have quite a few decks built. So on like it won't be the opening day because I'm doing a sealed event on day one, but day 2 of the set I'm gonna do some sides and stream some sides, and I'll have all the decks ready to go. That's the plan. But yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, thanks. But we're gonna call it there. See you soon. And then I guess what I'll do is I'm trying to do a Marvel Snap challenge, which I'm kind of over. I want it to be done, but let's do a little bit, and then I don't know what we'll play afterwards. Maybe Gwent, maybe I don't. It won't be Belotro. Belotro, I have actually played a little bit of. It's kind of like I feel like Belotro is more of a off-stream game. I don't know. I need to switch accounts here. Maybe the Bazaar we could play, or maybe we play Gwent, or I don't know. I'll work it out. Maybe nothing. Maybe we'll just play Marvel Snap forever. Cap. But yeah, I'm over this challenge. Let's see if we can finish it, mate. It is taking a lot longer than I anticipated. That was fun, building some decks. Also nice not to overdo it and force it. When I'm done with deck building, I'm done. I'm trying to get in that mentality of being a content creator. It's kind of difficult, but if I can get into that mentality of do something when you want to do it and stop when you don't. So it's a healthy habit to try and pick up. Audio. Oh! It's really loud. I kind of want to try this Pokemon Pocket challenge as well. But basically, I want to try and do the same thing in Pokemon Pocket. So if you guys have never seen Snap before, this is the game I was making content for full-time before Lorcana. Don't download it. If you've never played it before, don't. Stay away. There's my advice. But essentially, the gist of it is it's six turns, and you have to get more points in a location to win it. And you have to win 2 out of 3 locations. But there's like a poker system in the background. YouTube's still streaming. It shouldn't be. Is it actually? Oh yeah, it is.